Morning and welcome back to Bicycle Maintenance with a fairly average mechanic. I'm the fairly average mechanic. I've just noticed looking in the monitor, and if I look to the side I'm looking at the monitor, if I look straight ahead I'm looking at the lens, but my arms are really wide. Isn't that weird? That's the effect of a wide angle lens. Anyway, the other thing, the reason I'm out of breath is it's taken me about 40 minutes to set up the video or the camera equipment to do this bloody video. So I hope you people appreciate the amount of time and effort that goes into manufacturing these little films. And I hope you appreciate what us YouTubers do for you for no reward. Can I just emphasize that? I don't make any money out of these videos. I'm hoping to one day, actually. I need to get more subscribers and then I can start making some money. So if you know people who want to subscribe to either my channel generally, or because they like the idea of bicycle maintenance with a fairly average mechanic, then please ask them to subscribe so eventually I can start making some money and start paying for all this stuff that I have to buy in order to make these videos so that I can show you this stuff. Anyway, the other reason I'm a bit out of breath is I've just done a session on Zwift and I rather overreached myself, as they say. So what are we doing today? First of all, I keep on saying first of all, don't I? That's another thing us YouTubers need to check up on. These videos are not designed for somebody who is quite advanced in looking after their bike. They are designed for people who like cycling, would like to be able to do a bit more with their bike, perhaps find it difficult to get to the bike shop in these particular situations. And also, we need to recognise, and we need to be grateful for, because I think it's a really good thing, that a lot more people have started cycling as a consequence of the lockdown and coronavirus and so on and so forth. Every cloud has a silver lining, as they say. And those people who have just started cycling might want to know how to do certain things with their bikes. Right? A rather long preamble, I do apologise for that. And if there are particular videos that you'd like me to do, or particular elements of bicycle mechanics that you're interested in and would like to see something done about it, then please indicate so in the comments section below the video. A few people have already commented as well, and they've asked me to do certain videos, and they're stretching my competence level. So they've asked me to do things like gear indexing, Rowan. Somebody has asked me about adjusting the bearings on a Hunt wheel, and somebody has asked me about doing some stuff on a headset. So I will get there eventually, but be patient, grasshoppers. So what we're talking about today is what is in this rather attractive box here. And what is in this rather attractive box is a Torx wrench, and that is Torque, not TALK. It's good to talk, and nor is it Torx, Torx, and Torx is an alternative to an Allen key. Somebody told me that's copyrighted, so an alternative to a hex key. Certain bolts do use a Torx key, or Torx connector, if you like, and I will do a video about using a Torx. But no, today is about it's good to talk, but Torque. Now, what exactly is a Torx wrench? This is a Torx wrench, and these are the connectors that go on the Torx wrench like that. So the Torx wrench, this is a hex key or an Allen key, if you like, and it's used for tightening bolts. Now, why is a Torx wrench so important? Well, if you have a carbon bike, or if you have certain components, they should only be tightened up to a certain level of tightness, and that is usually measured in what is called NM, which stands for Newton meters. And there are various measures of Newton meters. This one starts at 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Anyway, and the higher the number, the tighter the amount of force applied to that bolt. Why is that important? Well, if you have carbon components, I'm thinking particularly if you have a carbon bike, you will notice that where the seat post is clamped in with a hex key or an Allen key, you will see on there, and we'll see this shortly when we go over to the bike stand, that it tells you how tight those bolts should be done. And if you over tighten it, you risk two things. One, you risk damaging your carbon frame, which is a big problem. And the other thing, or you risk damaging or shearing or breaking the bolt. And I'm sure all of us at some stage or another, I certainly have over tightened a bolt and ended up shearing it off. And in fact, I did it a couple of months ago with some handlebars, largely due to my own stupidity. Did I use a torque wrench? Yes, I did use a torque wrench. And so there's a lesson there. It is possible, if you're not careful, to over tighten a component with a torque wrench. So this is the torque wrench. I'm going to go over to the bike stand and we're going to see it in use. So stay with me, don't go away. Okay, we're over at the bike stand now. And the camera is pointing at the saddle, which is here, and these are the two bolts which attach to the seat post. Now on this particular bike, this is a time bike by the way, this is a carbon seat post. I'm not quite sure if you can see there, but that's a carbon seat post. And these two bolts here are attaching the saddle post, or the saddle connector, if you like, to the carbon post. And you'll see, I don't know if you can see, I'm not quite sure if you can actually, but what I'm pointing to is it says 5 Nm max, just there. So on components that have a torque limit on them, you will see it printed in generally very small type the maximum torque pressure that should be applied. You can get in most sort of bike maintenance books, you'll see a table of the torque levels that should be applied if you can't see it on your frame. So if I put the torque wrench here like that, and we want to, oops, sorry, there we are, you can hear the ratchet going. Now, sorry, I'll just move it here, might be a bit easier for you to see. Now I'm tightening it up like that. You should actually see my hand going up and down. Before you wonder what I'm doing, I'm tightening up this bolt. Now, as I tighten it up, it will get to a point where it'll meet the required pressure, which, as we said in this case, was 5 Newton meters. And, oh, for heaven's sake, Julian, you know what I've done? You know why these videos are called Bicycle Maintenance with a Fairly Average Mechanic? It's because I haven't set the bloody 5 Newton meter measure on the torque wrench. Look at that. Oh, Julian, you are so fucking stupid. This is going to be a new level of stupidity in these particular videos. Right, so I'm reducing that now. Oh my God, what have I done? I'm reducing it to 5 Newton meters. I'm desperately going to find a Allen key to undo the damage that I've done. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, so I'm lefty loosening this bloody bolt. Right, I've done that. Now I've set it to 5 Newton meters. Can you just see that on there? Not quite so easy. Anyway, I've now set this to 5 Newton meters. So I'm going to attach that again to the bolt, and I'm going to now, it's on a ratchet system, so there we are. We tighten it up, and we tighten it up, and it'll reach up there. See that? Did you hear that? That click means stop tightening, Julian. And the reason I damaged my handlebars and sheared off a bolt a couple of months ago is because I was tightening up like this, and I went way beyond the click, and then the click I heard was the bolt breaking. So please learn from a fairly average mechanic. Don't do what I do, and you'll end up with something a bit more successful. Right, so what you've seen there is how to use a torque wrench, and as in the way of these videos, you've also learned how not to use a torque wrench. You must set it to the correct torque before you tighten up the bolt. And one of the reasons why I said I am a strictly average mechanic is because I know pretty much what you're supposed to do, but I don't always know the order in which to do it. And I quite often forget to do something as I did then. So learn a lesson, get a torque wrench. They are fairly expensive. I think I got this from Amazon. It was about, I don't know, 45 or 50 quid. It may have been from Wiggle. I'm not sure what. But if you have a carbon bike and if you are going to do any of your own maintenance, you must get a torque wrench, because it is so easy to damage your bike by over tightening the bolts. And when you get a torque wrench, watch this video, you will know what to do, you will also know what to do, and you will have more success in tinkering with your bike. So I hope you've enjoyed this particular video. Keep a lookout for the next one. Hope you're getting by okay during this period of coronavirus. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.